the burden of being empathetic is heavy. The rewards are greater.
Yeah.
Somewhere in about 2004, 2005, I was at Louise Mandrell's theater signing books. I was telling stories and signing books. It was Christmas time. And I remember that night we signed 436 books.
Oh, wow.
I mean, it was an incredible night because
That's
after the show, I would go out and sign books. It was the Stories Behind the Best Love Songs of Christmas. And I just told a story behind a song that has great sentimental value.
Yeah.
And it's an amazing, if you get back to go, it's in the Stories Behind the Best Love Songs of Christmas. Go back and read the story about Rudolph.
Yeah.
I mean,
You've told me that before.
it's an amazing story.
Yeah.
But there was a lady in that line who had 4 kids. They were 8, 6, 4, and 2.
Yeah.
And she bought each one of them a book.
Oh, that's so funny.
And had me sign them, and she waited till the last in line. So she would have bought, you're looking at 436 books. The theater sold that night. She would have had, 3, 4, 5, and 6 those last ones
Yeah.
that she bought. And she waited because she wanted me to get a picture with her kids, which it's unusual for a writer to get pictures. That's not something we do normally.
Yeah.
Entertainers do it, but writers, they don't care to have a picture. They just care to have the writing on the book.
Yeah. Do you like pictures or autographs better?
Probably autographs.
Yeah.
But I sit there and after it was all over, she hugged me and she said, "Thank you for telling the story of Rudolph. Now I know my children will never forget me."
Yeah.
And that hit me, and me, who wants to know everything about everyone, stopped and said, "What do you mean?" And she said, "I'm dying of cancer. I've got 3 months to live."
Oh my goodness.
And she said, "I was worried that my children wouldn't remember who I was. But now I know, after you told that story tonight, that every time they hear Rudolph, they'll know their mom loved them."
Yeah.
If I tell that whole story, I bawl. I cry. I normally don't tell that story in front of a group of people because it's too emotional for me.
Understandable.
But that book that has been translated into so many different languages and has sold so many hundreds of thousands of copies, that book that I got a royalty check off of it yesterday. I mean, it just doesn't go away.
Yeah.
That book was rejected 27 times over 10 years.
Yeah.
And I called my wife after that experience that night, and I told Kathy, I said, "Now I know why I went through all the rejections. It wasn't for all the sales. It wasn't for all the great reviews. It was for this lady. That lady needed that story at that time."
Yeah. That's awesome.
And so it's those things that make writing worthwhile.